All right. Hello, everyone. Now we are back with myth number 4. This is the fourth day. And myth number 4 deals with surprise, surprise, money. Because another common myth that I hear and even see it being sold out there is if you make the jump to cybersecurity to really get in and get a decent job, you're going to need to spend a lot of money on training. And the truth of the matter is that's just not necessarily what it boils down to, because there is kind of a balance and a trade-off between time and money to some extent. And let's look at what I mean by that. So if you have a lot of time, you can save some money. You can learn a lot of this stuff on your own, but it's going to take you a lot more time to do that because you're going to have to go out and find things. You're going to have to do your own process of finding what's good and what's not good and that type of thing. So that creates a huge time commitment. Okay. So if you have that time, you can save yourself some money by just going and digging and finding all the information that you need on your own. But keep in mind, eventually you may need some certifications and things like that to get that initial job. So at some point you might have to do that. But remember, time is an effective trade-off for some of the money that you have to spend. Just like that skills thing that I was showing you in previous videos. If you go get that, that's something that you can do and spend, a lot of time in there to kind of just figure out, what it is you want to do, where you want to go, get some hands-on, get comfortable with the technical things. And then after that, you can go and look to spend some real money, because at that point, you will know kind of what you want to spend it on. Now, what the money piece to that though, money can help, because if you have, funds to pay for some of the boot camps and things like that, then you're going to fast forward yourself on some things, right? A lot of the information, we've curated most of it for you. We've, you've got hundreds of years of experience involved when you take all of the people that go into putting together some of these courses, to where they've curated the information and kind of put it in a nice format for you. You don't have to go and guess what it is you need to be learning. It's all put right out there for you, but that costs money. Okay. So it can cost you money to get in, but it doesn't have to. And you can balance out your expenditure and finances with how much time you have to expend. All right. So don't get caught up in that myth for sure, because I do know some people shy away from cybersecurity or shy away from coming into it because the first thing they're told is you need this cert, this cert, this cert, and that cert. At a minimum, you need these 4 certs or these 3 certs. And then you go and look and see, all right, well, what would the class cost to get that cert? Well, you're looking at, anywhere from 3 to 10 grand per class to get the necessary certifications if you just go right at it that way. And then the certifications themselves cost money. So what do? Well, maybe you don't need the classes right away. Maybe you spend some other time doing some other things, like we said, in the skills environment or something like that, practicing, getting your chops down, because then you can kind of get that skill set without jumping on the certs. Now, when you get ready to go after the certs, you can then go after the ones that are required, but you'll be doing so at a much more effective approach. You won't be wasting money. And that's why people end up spending too much money when they enter cyber, is because as soon as they come in, they listen to the message, you need these certs to get in, and they go right and start going after those certs. All right. And I advise you against that. Look at the roles, understand the roles, find out what it is you think you want to do, get something inexpensive like that skills environment that you'll see at the end of this video. Jump in there. If you think you want to be an ethical hacker, start going down that path. Go through it, listen to it, do the exercises. If it's your cup of tea, then maybe that's your thing. If not, back out of it, jump into incident response, or back out of that and jump into something management like CSSP or some of those other things. Give yourself that time and that comfort and that flexibility. Don't stress yourself about it by trying to look at these huge amounts of money you're going to have to pay for these certifications. Let that come later. Okay, let that come later. Once you figure out what it is you need to be doing or what it is you want to do, then you can start budgeting for your certifications and your boot camps and all that. All right. So that's kind of what I wanted to get across to you guys. Thank you very much for that, for watching this one. We have one more on tomorrow. That'll be myth number 5. This will be a good one. So definitely come back for number 5 and see the wrap up on it. But meanwhile, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's one way you can help me keep providing good free content. And if you're so inclined, if you're ready to make that jump, go ahead and go to the infosecinstitute.com/skills that you see on the screen and use my Evans50 code to get yourself 50% off. All right. Thanks again for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on myth number 5.